Jesus, channeled through John Smallman. May 31, 2015, Jesus.
Excitement mounts as the moment for the event approaches. Many of you are not feeling the excitement, and it seems to you that the imminence of humanity's awakening has been horribly overstated. It has not. Just try to release your need for a timeline because it anchors you very firmly in the illusion from which you are in the process of awakening. It is a little as though your alarm clock had rung to wake you, but you hit the snooze button as you groan not yet. Many of you are far too comfortable snoozing on as you complain that nothing of note is ever going to happen. Remember, what you focus on is what you experience, so focus on your intent to awaken from the dream, because that is what you incarnated to do. And humanity will awaken with you. There is only one will, God's. You are always in alignment with His will because you are inseparably one with Him, just as you were created, and nothing can change that. Of course, this does not seem to be the case as you continue to maintain and cling to the dream of separation. It is a very convincing dream, an absolute nightmare of betrayal, pain, and suffering, and an ongoing denial of reality is an essential intent that you regularly reaffirm in the maintenance of this unreality. Your modern psychologists will confirm for you that denial is part of cognitive dissonance, the state in which your basic beliefs are in conflict with each other, and you have to deny one forcefully to enable you to believe in the other if you are to be able to live in any form of peace with yourself. However, this solution is only temporary, and the need to engage in denial intensifies, leading eventually to addiction and/or insanity. As we have said so often, the illusion is insane, and you no longer truly want to maintain it, you want to wake up. Deep within you the flame of divine love is always burning, and it is becoming increasingly difficult for you, for any human to ignore it. It is love, a light that is so intense it cannot be ignored, it can only be denied until the dissonance within becomes unbearable, unmaintainable, and its brilliance overwhelms a person. A personal catastrophe such as a severe illness or accident, the loss of a loved one, or a near-death experience can initiate a breakout from the state of denial that seems to have served someone well. When that happens, it is wonderfully shocking. Humanity has collectively made the decision to awaken, and it is presently in the ongoing state of putting that decision into effect. As a result, many strange and confusing events are unfolding around you, events that seem weird and unconnected. People everywhere are changing their attitudes and behaviors, seemingly unaccountably, and they are giving up or redefining the images they have long maintained as their public persona as they come out and allow the love burning within them to be seen and expressed publicly. That is the reason for the increasingly pervasive air of excitement that nearly everyone is feeling but cannot put adequately into words, a feeling that appears unsupportable by any normal occurrences in daily life. Nothing seems to have changed, and yet everything feels quite different. Maybe it would be more appropriate to say that an air of eager anticipation is abroad rather than excitement, but a sense of excitement is building and will soon be uncontainable. You have been praying and hoping for a return to reality since the moment of separation. Within the illusion that appears to have occurred eons ago, but in truth it was but a moment ago. It is extremely difficult for you to make sense of that enormous time discrepancy because time is one of the bulwarks of the illusion, and like it is unreal. Nevertheless, you all experience time constantly passing or dissolving, making it appear very real. But your modern science has shown that it is unreal, a relative component of an environment that is composed purely of energy that appears to be and in fact feels very solid, very real, in the relatively small quantities that coalesce to form a planet in the vastness of seemingly empty space. Some of you have had terrifying dreams of falling endlessly through dark empty space where you are utterly alone, and that was how the illusion was experienced originally, as nothing. That was too extreme, and so you built physicality into the illusion to, as it were, give you something to hold on to cling to. Over eons of time the illusion developed, as suggested in the Big Bang Theory, to provide an environment in which the game of separation that you chose to play could grow and develop, reducing to a certain extent the sense of terror that pure emptiness, nothingness, separation initially established. After that initial and horrifying shock you made the choice to return to unity, and to do so the illusion was developed to seemingly provide a path or show the way. History tells of the many attempts that ancient cultures over the aeons have made to identify and personify reality by inventing gods with whom you could communicate if you behaved appropriately, or to whom you could pray for deliverance from the illusion which seemed so real and threatening. You are always in the presence of God, because, as you have so often been told, God, love, pure energy is all that exists, and it is totally unlimited in any way, it just is. You are eternally embraced by and enveloped in that divine state, lovingly held in infinite joy, in reality where all exists in perfect unchanging harmony. But the illusion is like a heavy veil that you inserted between yourself and God, and you are now in the process of removing it. As we have said, time is as illusory as the illusion, and your separation from Source, from God, was but a momentary excursion into a place that does not exist, followed by your instant return to reality. It was a little like when you go into another room to get your spectacles, a book, your wallet, and on arrival you forget what you came for. A fleeting lapse of consciousness and memory occurs. That is what the illusion is, a fleeting lapse of consciousness or memory. Now it is time for you to recover from that memory lapse, and you are feeling a sense of anticipation or expectation. That feeling has always been with you as you have lived your countless human lives. I feel sure that something is missing. But what? And so you have turned to your origins, your spiritual essence, for assistance. That spiritual essence is one with God, with all of creation, and so when you contact a favorite saint, a guide, an angel, or a departed loved one in prayer, or when you go within to your most holy sanctuary, you are in fact making contact with the real you, the unseparated aspect of God that is your divine and eternal nature. Who you are never changes or alters. You just had a momentary lapse of consciousness from which you are about to awaken, and then awareness of reality will come flooding and filling you with untold joy. Don't hit the snooze button again. It is time to wake and enjoy unity consciousness once more. Your welcome home will astound you. Your loving brother, Jesus.